Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead. Yeah. Camel jockeys are thieves. The odds are, I'm kind of warming up to Bin Laden a little, but I haven't had a mentee named Bin Laden for real. I told you the story. And he couldn't believe that because of his name that they were being unkind to him. Now, how fucking naive can you be? Well, I've seen a lot of naive people here. Okay, tonight, it doesn't feel like Christmas, does it? Not to me anyway. I wore my red, Sally dressed me this morning with my red thing. I was going to wear red socks, but I already put this on and I'm too lazy to change my socks, so that's it. Any other questions about, I'm somewhat surprised that either because you were so embarrassed when you saw Peter, you didn't ask more about Peter, because he's you. He's you. No offense, Peter. You're my main squeeze right now. No offense. I was, day after tomorrow, you'll see him in the flesh. And when he stands on this and I'm standing on the floor, we're about the same height. He can fit under my armpit. Any other individuals? I know you got a lot more deals, but I mean, it's no volunteers. Okay, then I'm going to leave you to your own devices. Champagne and cocktails are here this evening. Your gifts will be on your table where you sit when they sneak them back in, wherever they're coming from. And all the fanfare, you can thank Sally. I had zero to do with it. All I see is cutting into my margins when I see her buying shit for you guys. I thought a ghost, it was Goins from the shadows, just creeped in from the shadows, I could say something ethnic, really racist, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm a kinder, gentler guy now that I'm 76. But speaking of that, I told you about the long letter I got from the rich guy in Scotland. But one of the things he alluded to is after he met me, is that how healthy I looked. And I don't think about it. I look in the mirror and I see my face sagging and my belly sagging. But I mean, for 76, but I hate when they say, you're in great shape for your age. I hate that. I'm in great shape if I was fucking 40, you asshole. But anyway, so I don't like that. But the health, and if you really drive yourself, I mean, you're going to be more susceptible to colds. You're going to be more susceptible to the flu. I don't believe you're going to be more susceptible to corona, but because your immune system isn't used to it. And if you remember, I showed you during the regular seminar, Marcus speaking at a hardcore. And he said, I worked 11.75 hours the year before last. I worked 11.4 hours per day, 365 days last year, and I worked 11.2 hours a day this year. And he says that I don't have the energy I had when I was 26. I think he was 36 when he did this. And if you think so, I mean, because he's been at it 10 years. 10 years is hard to be at it that hard and that long. And it will. His exercise, if you recall, he walks on a treadmill all day behind the desk. Walks at a treadmill. I've tried, and I'm not coordinated enough. I mean, I can't type. I'm just not coordinated enough. I wasn't a great athlete or anything. So I stopped doing that, a few years ago. But your health will be required, and your stamina, because even the best ones take 3 or 4 years. Hard charging running towards the gunfire. Okay? The slower ones, 5 or 6 years, and the Doomkoffs, 8 to 10 years. But that's running towards the gunfire and eliminating as much as you can of that emotional baggage. But it is possible. Now, in Peter's case, it took him 4 years. And so, again, even though I call him a mouse, he's a smart mouse. And so you heard him speak, and now you're going to see him in person. Any questions about anything at all? Tomorrow, we will meet here. Well, I'll see you tonight, but tomorrow we will meet here, and we'll try to finish up our personal cases. We should be able to do it by, if not tomorrow, the middle of the next day. And then we have a few surprise cases that we're going to entertain, more complicated. Not complicated vis-a-vis our model. Complicated because a lot of deals have bells and whistles to distract you. And it's tough to see what the core value is. And 99% of the time, we're looking at the only thing is the core value. In most cases, when I see deals with a lot of bells and whistles, I'd sell those off to generate cash. Now, if a semi-submersible had anything that produced any fucking money, those ancillary things that he thinks are so important, which he alluded to about selling to a fucking SPAC, selling air to a SPAC, which is air, which I think that's pretty cute. You want to sell air to a SPAC, by definition, is air, but has money. Right? I didn't misunderstand you, right? You wouldn't call it air, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, if he had any of those assets, and he's got that lovely chart and the shit, and if any of those assets were producing cash, I'd sell them off, but he'll have trouble now because he's selling a concept. He's selling a concept that in the future will be worth $50 trillion, I'm sure. Okay, in the future. But today it's worth fuck all. But you need a world-class salesman. All deals like that need a world-class salesman. Start with Greta, who couldn't give away a blowjob. Start with Greta, get her off the scene, and a world-class salesman. That deal would, I think, be of interest to one of my big hitters. But the first thing he'd do is throw you out. Because the truth is, you don't add any value. And it becomes more obvious, none of you guys add value to anything, okay? I've already told you that, right? But you're buying something that's shit and money, in theory. So they kind of look past the fact that you don't add any value to the deal. You have the energy to. But when a deal like, the bells and whistles, and it's just an amorphous of smoke, even with the patents in Jabba the Hutt, it's harder to bypass the fact that the guy in the middle, like a three-ring circus, he doesn't really bring any value. And that's why I say all those big deals need a super high-powered rhino-skinned salesman that can take a lot of abuse. Okay, YouTube, goodbye. If there's no more questions, I'll see you at 7 or thereabouts. And you can go back and work on your deals. Because it's Christmas, I don't really give a shit what you do.